Last week, I released a short video in which I informed you that I had submitted a proposal to MOS for the protection of catfish. The proposal suggests raising the minimum size limit to 80 centimeters, while setting the maximum size of catfish that can be taken at 150 centimeters. Now, it's very important to emphasize that this is currently just a proposal, and it's not something I came up with after a sleepless night last week, that I suddenly thought of and decided to boldly send to the Hungarian National Anglers Association. The process of gathering anglers' opinions actually began a year ago, when more and more people started to speak out, and with increasing emphasis for the protection of catfish. This is because a growing number of well-informed and conscientious anglers feel it is unfair that, while all our other noble fish species are protected by an upper size limit, our most valuable freshwater fish, which is at the top of the food chain, is not. Our apex predator at the top of the food chain is left as open prey. Why is it possible to take home a catfish weighing 80 or even 100 kilograms without any consequences? While everyone dreams of catching a fish of this size, we all know that once such a fish is removed from the water system, once the king is taken out, it cannot be replaced overnight. It might take another 5 to 10 years before we can fish for a specimen of similar size again. I would like to thank everyone for the incredibly many positive comments and support that you have shown me over the past few days. It's no secret that all my social media pages have exploded. Whether intentionally or not, I managed to throw a stone into still waters. But the opinions of those who are influential in this field, those renowned catfish specialists, those Facebook administrators and group leaders who manage and unite large catfish communities, these all have expressed their support. Their word is what matters most to me. At the same time, this does not mean that everyone accepts this without reservation, stands up to applaud, and is happy about this new rule. That's not the case at all, since there are always some who oppose it, but that's perfectly normal. Some people are able to express their opinions in a cultured manner, while others less so. But it's clear that there are already well-functioning examples in our country through which the final decision makers will have an extremely easy job deciding whether this initiative, this new size limit, this definition can be introduced nationwide, whether it is viable or not. Let me give a few examples that are easy to decide, and after discussing with the experts of the given bodies of water, it can be clearly determined, repeating myself, whether this new rule has a reason to exist or not. For example, there is HOFES, the Anglers Association, all the bodies of water managed by the Fehér County Association. Among these, the most well-known is the Fehérvárk-Szurgó Reservoir, which is famous for its large catfish, big carp, zander, and various types of bream. But I could continue the list with the Makonka Reservoir, the Levelek Reservoir, Lake Ohat No. 3, and many other bodies of water, both smaller and larger lakes, where the 150 centimeters minimum has long been in place, or where the catfish is protected by even stricter size limits. And this is where it comes in that people egging each other on claim on various social media platforms that the catfish devours the carp that were stocked at great expense. It's very easy to track that the carp is, in all likelihood, the very last fish the catfish will go for, if there is any other food available in that particular body of water. And now, to put it very bluntly, but what happens if our cheapest and easiest to stock forage fish, because that's basically what carp has become, gets eaten by the catfish, a few of them, while the market price per kilo of catfish is at least 6,000 forints, whereas carp is at most 2,000 forints. Meanwhile, fish farms can now sell as many carp as anyone wants for angling for 700 to 800 forints. So if we try to dispel some of these misconceptions and think realistically and logically, then the catfish doesn't cause nearly as much damage as many people claim. It's very important that you don't need to argue with me or convince me. It's enough to consult with the previously mentioned pond managers and water administrators and ask for their opinions. The Hungarian National Anglers Association will do the same before making its final decision. There's another very important rule that has already been adopted, which I think few people know about, or if they do, they don't want to acknowledge it, even though it's no longer optional, it's already been adopted. This rule also serves to protect catfish during the winter period. From December 1st to the last day of February, it is forbidden to fish specifically for catfish. And if you do happen to catch one, it is strictly prohibited to keep even a single specimen. It's well known that during the winter, catfish are perhaps at their most vulnerable when they can gather in huge groups. I could say they hibernate, but that's not true. They gather in incredible numbers in a given area, moving very slowly. Now, at this time, they are perhaps the most vulnerable, the most defenseless, and it's the easiest to catch them using any method, often illegal ones, such as snagging. To prevent this, during the aforementioned period, it is forbidden to keep even a single catfish. This clearly serves to protect the catfish population. As for the previously mentioned, whether the introduction of lower and upper size limits will be implemented, that's no longer within my competence. I've done what I could to protect the catfish, the rest is up to the decision makers.